From the Donut Shop Boys studio, it's your main man, the Vanilla Gorilla, and my boy,
White Cube?
White Cube.
If we do it 2 episodes in a row, it's got to stick.
It's got a stick, right? The artist formerly known as Low T.
Yeah.
Easy E, White Cube.
I've had a lot of nicknames.
You have.
Yeah.
Probably because early on, especially like in the live stream days, I would just try to hit you with something to make you laugh. With my all-time favorite still being the honorary Branch Davidian.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was in my bio for a while.
Yeah.
We got to get our bios redone. Still been working on that.
My favorite thing was that you had your picture with the redacted bar over your lines like you were in witness protection or something.
Yeah. I might do that for this whole episode. Just a giant black bar.
Do it over our bellies.
Yeah. Have you noticed all the weight we lost? Let me sit up and suck in.
Since we last recorded,
Yeah.
we made promises we didn't intend to keep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is an amateur show.
What's my birthday week?
Okay.
That's kind of, you know,
Do you celebrate the whole week or?
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we do it in our family.
Yeah.
Because we're so busy. So it's like you get the whole week, and it's not anything crazy. It's not like you just fucking get your way or you're getting ice cream and stuff every day.
Yeah.
But if there's any question, somebody's like, hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want? Whoever's having the birthday immediately gets to decide like what we're eating.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that goes.
My wife's birthday is on Cinco de Mayo.
That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah. Guess who wants Mexican food every
And
birthday?
that shit gets packed on because you got all the fucking gringos pretending to be to be Mexican.
Yeah.
Just kind of like the other day we had everybody was Irish for a night, which, coming from me and my family's culture, which is a great insult.
Yeah.
Because damn it, we're alcoholics 365 days a year. You don't appropriate our culture just so some skank can fucking kiss you or pinch you in a bar.
Do the cowboy boots come with the Irish culture?
What the fuck you talking about?
You've been wearing them a lot.
Yeah, man, I wear them every day.
I think you're appropriating that culture.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like them?
Yeah, I mean, all right. It's not you,
It is, though.
Did you ride up here on a horse?
No.
Yeah. I forgot to install the hitching post.
Yeah, he's just fucking free roaming out there. I'm going to have to go wrangle him when I get back. Yeah. No, man.
Lulu will keep him in line.
Yeah, hopefully. That's my girl.
Yeah.
No, man. When you met me, I didn't have cowboy boots, but there's a story behind that.
Okay.
I grew up in Nashville area. That's like part of the kind of the culture. Like,
Yeah.
people wear cowboy boots and jeans and cowboy boots and shit like that. And I'm not a fucking like fake country music artist or anything, but I just didn't have boots when you met me because my previous pair of boots got vomit on them. Could not be.
I think you're supposed to keep them with that.
It just bronze them.
Yeah, it brings out the flavor, I think.
It wasn't my vomit.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wasn't keen on keeping them. I tossed them. And then I just wasn't, boots are expensive. So I wasn't going to go out and buy another pair of boots until my sister got married and everyone in the wedding party was wearing boots. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I actually have my mom bought
Cowboy
me these
boot
boots.
wedding.
Yeah.
It's like a shotgun wedding, but in the Midwest.
Yeah. And she wasn't pregnant either. I caught that, you bitch. But no, she wasn't pregnant. She'd already had the baby.
That's good.
Yeah.
It makes the wedding photos better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my nephew, the baby nephew, he was crying and not having it, so he wasn't in like hardly any of the wedding photos. But it was a nice wedding. It was a good time.
That's good.
But yeah, so you called Nashville the Midwest because you know that's a sticking point with me. Some dude fucking one time I overheard him because to us, to those of you out there from back home, Nashville is our home. And we were growing up, it used to be like kind of like for us. Like the greatest thing Nashville ever had was Opryland USA, which was a theme park, and you would think that would draw in plenty of tourists, but the people that owned it didn't feel like it. They didn't feel like that was touristy enough. I feel like they felt like Opryland was more for the locals. So they tore it down and built a fucking mall, whatever that's supposed to do, and then expanded Opryland Hotel. But I overheard this dude talking about going to Nashville. They were taking a trip to Nashville for vacation. He's like, "Oh, it was fucking Nashville," and the guy's like, "Well, yeah, you know, we have a good time. It's kind of like the Vegas of the Midwest." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, did you fail geography class? Like, Midwest? Well, nothing. First of all, nothing south of the Ohio River is in the Midwest.
That's fair.
Point to, like right off the rip, nothing south of the Ohio River is in the Midwest. And then Vegas, I hope you don't plan on doing any gambling while you're in Nashville. I hope you don't plan on hitting up in them fucking Music Row casinos because they don't exist, homeboy."
Biloxi's a better chance of being the Vegas of the Midwest. Yeah, right.
Right, by that standard, yeah. At least it is west.
It's a wester. Is that a word?
It is now.
Yeah. Fuck it. Oh, man.
But yeah, man. Growing up in the Nashville area was weird, man.
Yeah.
Because we have all these, like, celebrities that... And they, like, rub elbows with the national celebrities, but people have never heard of them. Like, I know if I start naming, like, the heavy hitters of country music...
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know them, probably.
I think you would.
Maybe if it was heavy.
You would know the names, is what I'm saying. Like, if I say Willie Nelson...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Waylon Jennings...
I think I've heard of him.
Hank Williams.
Well, I know Hank Williams.
Johnny Cash.
I went to his grave.
Yeah, it's local.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
George Jones.
No.
You've never you've heard of George Jones. Tammy Wynette.
Sounds familiar.
Patsy Cline.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Faith Hill.
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
Get where I'm going with that? Randy Travis. Garth Brooks. Alan
I
Jackson.
know Garth Brooks now.
All right.
Yeah.
What if I said to you, Roy Acuff?
No.
What about Marty Stewart?
No.
See, now Roy Acuff was past. He was way past his prime when I was born.
Okay.
But despite them not having like huge fame on the national scale, guys like Roy Acuff and a dude named Marty Stewart were fucking huge, and they're like royalty in Nashville. And I couldn't tell you not one song from Marty Stewart.
But you know his name.
But I could recognize him in a lineup. I'd be like, that's Marty Stewart. And props to the dude, because what Marty Stewart does and has done in my lifetime, in addition to being a musician and being an artist, is he has gone to bat to try to like protect and defend country music and like pure like country music more than anyone I've ever seen.
Like trying to stop the pop country.
Yeah, maybe not. I think he's cool with people having
or at least trying to separate it.
Maybe not necessarily separate it, but stop some of the influence, if that makes sense. Some of the people that are like trying to kill off tradition.
Gotcha.
Like I can't remember, and they may have done it since then, but like when I lived back home, there was a certain radio station that the Grand Ole Opry had always played on, and they were trying to take it off that station, like reformat the station. And Marty Stewart was like not having that shit. Like he was the one like leading the charge. Like, no, this is the way it's always been, and this is the way we need to keep it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have anything like that, or people like that like if you're from Arizona, like you would know this person, but outside you might not. I'm not sure, but
no.
And tell me what it was like to grow up in Arizona.
Man,
I know you got plenty of people in cowboy boots there.
Yeah, we had real cowboys,
Yeah.
real Mexicans, real Mexican food.
Yeah, don't call them Latinx.
Yeah.
Every Mexican or Hispanic person I know, if you call them Latinx, they will fucking cut you.
That's true. Every Mexican that I knew in Arizona was like Michael Pena.
Yeah.
Every character Michael Pena's ever
All
played.
of them.
Yeah, in a person. That was pretty much all of them. But as for celebrities, man, not many people from what's that dude's name? I just spaced it. God damn. It's an amateur show.
Aren't you glad you jumped ship? M3 is 3D.
It'll come back to me eventually.
Yeah, we'll cut that part out.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Yeah.
Depends on how much time you have.
Yeah, probably keep it in. Fuck it. Man, growing up in Arizona, it's so we weren't touristy. I mean, there wasn't much to come to Arizona for until they made the new Cardinal Stadium and stuff, and now they got that
Why not?
stuff.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah. I do miss that though, and sometimes like this humidity is fucking killer. But so growing up there versus imagining how it would be to grow up here, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember riding my bike to Walmart, and that wasn't a big deal. And I wasn't even like, I was still like,
Yeah, but if you ride your bike to Walmart here, you're walking back.
well, I was gonna say, so I grew up, when kidnapping was a thing.
Yeah.
Right? I wasn't the pre-kidnapping times, but it was close enough to ride my bike to Walmart.
Yeah.
I used to go there and fill my handlebars with groceries for my mom, so she didn't have to go. And it was before I was allowed to drive, so I'd ride my bike there, fill it up, come back home, and
if you didn't come back with the groceries, like if you got Adam washed on your way back, like you didn't bring home the groceries, but also one less mouth to feed. So
yeah, and my mom was, she was struggling.
Yeah.
This is MAGA country. I think the biggest difference though there and here is everyone in Mesa, Arizona is Mormon.
Oh, okay.
So here, most people go to church.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a, flip a coin on what they are,
Mostly Southern Baptist, though.
Yeah. And you got some other ones, though, too. Protestant and stuff. But,
well, Protestant's just like an overarching. We can get into this, like theological.
But
discussion.
everybody in Mesa, Arizona, like the government, everything. Everyone says Utah, Salt Lake City, Mesa, Arizona. Like, I think probably has per capita more Mormons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
like it's
more. What about Provo?
Provo maybe a close second, or up there tied with it.
Okay.
But Mesa, Arizona, man, I swear. So from mayor down to beggar on the street, all Mormon.
What was the name of that dude that like ended up going to prison?
Talking about the sheriff?
No, the big Mormon guy that had like he was
fuck.
like big in the
the
polygamous.
yeah.
I want to say Warren Jeffs, but I could be like
Shit.
way off.
That's a podcast you can say. This is Warren Jeff. Dude, we don't have a producer to look that up for us.
He actually bowled with Tom Baxter in high school. Yeah. As you see the fucking, well, no, you can't see because off camera the producer chair is empty.
Yeah. Much like my heart. But, well, those guys, though, they were...
yeah, I was right. It was Warren Jeffs.
They're not real... they're not that... So it's a different kind of Mormon. The people that do the polygamy.
You almost dove off into they're not real. And you knew that me as a Protestant Christian was about to... Like, okay, so now we got riffs within the riff.
Yeah. It's, well, I mean, like, so...
They're not real. Well, neither Mormons, but... but explain to us like the Warren Jeffs, like the...
Well, they're the... well, okay, so I'm going to do it this way.
That's like the polygamy crew, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they're
Child
the...
wives and shit.
Yeah, the radical Mormons. You know what I mean? So they've... The regular Mormons have separated themselves from them. Because they don't... regular Mormons don't do all that crazy shit. So... It is what it is. They give Mormons a really bad rap, though, for that.
Yeah.
And I think also how organized the Mormon church is is creepy
Yeah.
to the outside. It's culty. I mean, it's arguably more organized than the Air Force.
Well,
You know?
you've been out
But-
for a while. I could tell you some stories from the guys I know who are still serving.
Yeah. But
still
it's
plugged into the community.
but yeah, I mean, there's an order to things. There's, it's, but I grew up with that structure as a kid, off and on. It was depending on if my mom was smoking at the time or not, if we went to church.
Nice.
And then, so that was a big part about growing up in Arizona, riding the bus, city. I mean,
Well, tell me this back on the Mormon stuff. Have you seen that? I think it was a miniseries, Under the Banner of Heaven.
no.
So it's about like those fundamentalists, like radical.
Yeah.
It's a true story of a guy, and I don't want to give away any of it, but
I have to check it out. What's it on?
Hulu, I believe.
Okay. Hulu, we deserve some money. Great streaming platform. Owned by Disney,
Yeah.
possibly owned by the Mormons.
And I pay for it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just bootleg his. So
Yeah.
that's how you know you're doing well, if I pay for your shit.
Yeah. How do you get you logged in? You still have the lock on the Disney Plus one, so you can't see all the content.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna get you hooked up onto that.
Get me hooked up,
We need to move all those subscriptions under the LLC.
But I'm not bootlegging his Disney Plus.
David Spade,
just
by
in
the
case
way.
they ever want to put me on ESPN.
Yeah.
Because I think
Disney owns
So-
ESPN too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the point. Yeah. Because I know sometimes some of the guys over at Barstool are like persona non grata with some of the things they say. But hey, Portnoy, we'll come on your platform.
Shit, I'll chill for Barstool. I took it down because we need to make room, but we got a Barstool flag.
Yeah.
Spitting Chicklets.
I like it.
So, David Spade, though, is the, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's from Arizona.
Dude, Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Okay. You have heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's,
I mean, I don't want to just narrow all of his work down to Joe Dirt, but I feel like, speaking of culty,
yeah,
that's
Joe
like-
Dirt and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That's it.
that's all. That's his entire body of work. He should thank Chris Farley,
Yeah.
for the leg up. Rip.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Spade. Yeah. So that's your like. Local
I think that's the one
guy.
person. Yeah. We had some, I mean, Phoenix or Tempe, which is part of Phoenix, they had ASU. So I didn't grow up with it because I left before I was old enough to really do any of that stuff. But they got a lot of bar bands and stuff there too, but not. It was more like the alternative rock. Like I still listen to some of them that actually made CDs and albums and stuff, but didn't really make it big. But yeah, it's different though. It was alternative rock versus country, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty sad. I think everywhere's about the same though.
Well,
Generally speaking.
in Nashville too, there's a different. It's not like country music's definitely what it's known for, but it's like Music City. So they're like rappers, and they're like some country rappers.
They keep that over in the Memphis side of
Well,
things.
yeah. 3-6 Mafia is from Memphis.
Yeah.
And if you grew up in the Nashville area, at least in the like mid to late 90s, like you knew 3-6 Mafia. But even now, like, gosh, I got a buddy, and I'd love to shout him out. And actually, a fucking offer to you, Chad, come on our show, we'll come on your show, even if it means that to get both episodes done, we have to come to you in Tennessee and just use your space to do both shows. We'll fucking do it. But
Yeah.
I got a buddy that's been trying to be a rapper since like OG times, like
Hell
like
yeah,
straight
dude.
out of high school. His name's Chad Arms, and man, he hadn't hit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the deal. Like, if he's just like this far below the threshold of being good enough to hit, or if he
Yeah.
just hadn't found the right audience at the right time to just fucking blow up. But he's rubbed elbows with all these dudes that have fucking blown up, and was with them before they blew up. But you couldn't find a better dude out there than Chad Arms. This whole section has just turned into a fucking Chad Arms plug.
Yeah.
But like I grew
I don't
up
even
with
know
it.
the guy, but I'm interested.
Yeah,
you know?
I grew up with him, went to high school with him. We were football teammates. We used to always goof. Like me and him could have had a podcast as
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
as teen. Yeah, no, like his podcasts weren't even a thing. But like
Yeah.
as teenagers, we could have had a podcast with the way we used to goof off before football practice. We would sing songs. You would like it because we used to sing Pearl Jam, Better Man.
Yeah.
And I know that you had a history with that song.
Yeah, Butterman.
You thought it was Butterman when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's because Nashville is just so like deep in music.
Mm-hmm.
There's all different type of like genres of music that are big in Nashville, and people go there. And there's always like if you walk down the street, which you've been to Nashville, you know.
Yeah.
If you walk down Second or Broadway, like there's live music in every single bar you pass.
And cowboy boot shops.
And cowboy
like
boot shops
next to the bar. So you get your new shoes and
for the phonies
Yeah.
out there. But yeah, like church culture was a thing in Tennessee too. Like growing up, you go to church 3 times a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go Sunday morning. Actually, you go like early for Sunday school before church. Then you get your actual church service after. And then you come back Sunday night for like a recap of Sunday morning. It's like you ever listen to like ESPN radio and you catch like that Sports Center on the hour?
Yeah.
Where they just do like a quick rundown of like what
this all happened today.
this all happened, but this isn't a full-blown Sports Center episode.
Yeah.
That's your Sunday night sermon. And then Wednesday night sermon. And then Wednesday night you go to youth group if you're in the youth, or you go to a church service, which is kind of like you remember like the Jackass movies and then the sequels, where they would always have like a Jackass like 2, and then they had like Jackass 2.5 with like extra content, or almost like a companion piece.
Yeah. These are
like
the deleted scenes.
Or like a like The Office had the web series, the Accountants. They were just like YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
That was like a Wednesday night service at a Southern Baptist church. And man, every Sunday morning seemed like we was eating. Like, and it was potluck.
They fed you?
Oh, well, yeah. It was like all the grannies and stuff would come in there, and they would, they'd be blessing everybody's hearts and talking that shit behind your back, being real being real judgmental.
That's every church.
While being super sweet to your face.
Yeah.
And it was all potluck, so like everybody brought something just to ensure like the maximum chances of food poisoning going out of there.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed now, like going to these like big churches and these like non-denominational Protestant churches, is they always have like the big worship band.
Yeah.
And like me and my buddy pointed this out a few weeks ago. Like, I've noticed that you've got the whole band up there and they're singing, and it's like drums and guitars and all that. And there's always like this one person up there who's like, they're putting on there's the main performance.
Yeah.
And then there's a person up there that's like putting on their whole own concert by themselves.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most of the time their mic is turned off.
Like hoping there's a producer in the crowd that's just going to pick them up.
They're just into it, and they're like dancing and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm not, if you feel like I'm picking on you, I'm not, or maybe I am, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I can always tell when somebody's up there and they're doing it for the right reason. And, I won't say do it for the right reason, but when they're actually like pouring their heart into their performance, and it's coming from a genuine place. And then you can tell the difference when there's a person that's like, everything they're doing is just screaming, "Look at me!
Yeah.
Look at me right now!" And it's always entertaining. It's like equal parts entertaining and distracting, but I call it the show within the show.
Yeah.
And like the other day, my buddy asked, he was like, "And why?" He goes, "Why is she dressed like a lesbian this time?" She was decked out in flannel. I was like, "Ma'am, the softball complex is next door."
That's awesome.
But yeah, if you go, I don't want to get too deep into church culture, but
Yeah, well, I was going to, just for the viewers, do a comparison. So the Mormons, They did Sunday, Sunday service, but it was 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The first hour was sacrament, and we had bread and water, none of that wine shit. But that was an hour. That was your first hour. You did that in kind of big church or whatever is what they call it here. And then you separated into, depending on age and gender, you had 1 hour of classes and then another hour of classes. So if it may have been like primary and then one-on-one, like a small classroom style for the third hour, or priesthood or young women's or whatever. That was your Sunday thing though. And you rotated every year whether you had early, midday, or late day service. Because 3 different churches held the same building. And then you had...
Let me ask you this. How would you have handled, like separating by gender, how would you have handled someone who was born intersex?
Yeah.
You know, the small percentage of people who are born and they're not, like their DNA and their genitals don't align.
Yeah. I don't think they would have been allowed to be baptized probably.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that according to some people, we're supposed to upend our whole culture based on that small percentage of people. So... and then you get controversial, but you are what you are. A man's a man, and a woman's a woman.
You had your Wednesday service for that. We had Boy Scouts.
Yeah, that was a whole separate thing.
Yeah, no, it was owned by the Mormon Church. So we went there under the guise of Boy Scouts, but it turned into just another Sunday
Penis
class.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Hey guys, it's Boy Scouts.
Yeah, but that was it.
You guys continue these crafts. Me and little Timmy are going to go down here and
one at a time, boys.
We're going to fetch some water. It's always weird when they have like the unmarried.
Yeah, I wasn't Catholic. Oof.
So just a moment of silence for all the suffering. Composure.
Oh man, but yeah. So
okay, so
it's about the same. It's just different. It's like the same thing but different names, basically.
So, the wine thing. So that's like the whole like you're not supposed to have any intoxicant type deal, and that like they include coffee, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to have caffeine.
Yeah,
caffeine's a drug or whatever, and
which is why you're on your work beers now.
Yeah, I just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna have real beer. But no, yeah, caffeine and hot drinks or something. I think
that's weird,
but it's one of those things that's more of like it's a rule, but it's not one that's really that pushed or followed.
Okay, kind of like people living together before they're married.
Yeah,
in like the Protestant church.
It's like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that, but also, if that's the worst thing you're doing,
also we need your money. So.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell you not to.
Yeah, but,
see, because we in the Protestant church, we do like the bread, but we substitute grape juice. So we also did not use wine. And I know there are some churches out there. I think the Orthodox Church uses wine. I know that my wife claims that the Catholic Church did, but I also don't think she went to Catholic Church. I think she actually attended like Russian Orthodox Church. And this is like when she was a little bitty kid because you know, her grandparents and stuff were like first generation American. So yeah, I think it's the Orthodox Church that still uses wine. But yeah, the Christian Church uses like a little. Actually, we did communion this morning.
Okay.
And a little wafer. And
so you need to wafer. We did white bread, and part of it, once you get to a certain age, like I think like 13 or 14, in the priesthood as a young man, you can you go up there and you gotta break the bread while they're doing their prayer, or singing their song or something. I think they sing their song while you're breaking the bread, and then you do the prayer to bless it for the body or whatever, and then they've got the little plastic cups, and you gotta walk down with your trays and pass it out.
Yeah.
But that bread fucking slapped as a kid.
Yeah. Because it was the bread of God.
Yeah. And then
allegedly
the little tiny cup of tap water that we got, that shit fucking slapped too.
Dude, they had just the right amount of iron in those pipes.
And it was
might have been lead. That's how they kept them there so long.
I remember later they started getting the little plastic cups, but it used to be initially it was little like paper cups. Almost like the paper that a Reese's cups comes in.
Okay. Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like that. But they're just stuffed in. Then you pick it up, drink it, and you just ball it up and throw it away.
I was thinking, like you said, paper cups. I was thinking like like the cones, like the little snow cone looking like water cups that you get like at a baseball game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or like the little containers you get at Burger King for ketchup. That's probably closer to what it was.
Wild.
Yeah,
That's wild.
But they were
dude.
little, and they were like not as wide, thinner and taller, but they were little tiny ones, and it just like a shot of water.
No, I've been to churches where they did bread. They didn't do like a wafer or a little cracker.
Yeah,
It was actual like chunks of white bread that you actually take. Like one church I went to, you take it and you dip. There's one communal cup of juice.
yeah.
And you take it and dip and don't. Golly,
Can't double dip it.
bro.
Yeah,
No matter how much it slaps, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, let me get a sip. You know. But
Yeah.
I always tried to be like the first one up there.
yeah, because that's nasty, man.
Yeah.
I'm
But I'm also not going to turn down the communion and the sacrament and the symbolism of it. Like, and you're supposed to go through it all together. But like, do we really?
yeah. Let's get like 2 cups,
A man and a woman cup. I don't know how they clean their
Some of
lady
them
parts when they
bitches
go to
are
the bathroom.
nasty. Yeah. It was funny too when I was old enough to do that, because I did the breaking the bread and passing it out and stuff. Going in the back like right before church to load the bread.
Yeah.
And it's just in a fucking like a bag of Wonder Bread up there, like great value bread. You're just like, wow, this is where we're at.
It tastes better after it gets blessed, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, after you've been there for 3 hours and you're hungry.
Fuck yeah, I did. Oh my God.
That's why we were willing to risk it with that potluck food downstairs, the Southern
I
Baptist
don't
Church.
remember ever having potluck food at Mormon church.
Well, I know if it's a Mormon church, it definitely ain't seasoned.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Motherfuckers eating mac and cheese and boiled chicken.
Yeah. A lot of boiled chicken and weird shit in mac and cheese. Man.
Goulash.
Holiday. They would do cookouts for holidays and stuff, but like regular Sunday church.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
That's what Shoney's is for.
Yeah. They did have, there was, this, anybody from Mesa, Arizona will know this. So they have the Mesa Temple, which is a big temple in Arizona for the Mormon church. Right outside, like the grounds of the temple, is this little podunk fucking Dairy Queen that's a drive-through and like a walk-up window with a roof. Like there's no sit down. I think there may be a couple like outside benches, but that Dairy Queen was the spot.
Nice.
Anytime you take a trip to the temple, it's like, yeah, we're getting a fucking, just a little cone or something from Dairy Queen.
We getting some God
Yeah.
and a Sunday on a Sunday.
It's like your deployed gym with the Dairy Queens. Yeah, they got that market cornered.
Nice. Yeah,
But,
we got the Mormon market.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can corner the Mormon market.
That'd be nice.
I like Wonder Bread.
Shit. I'm
What so what were what do they call them, like priests or
yeah, you're talking
Reverend?
about like the head guy?
yeah,
The bishop.
the bishop? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that from like watching the miniseries. Like, yeah, the bishop.
Yeah. You got like, and this is how it organizes. So you have your ward, your church. You have your one bishop, and then there's 2 other ones that share the same building.
Mm-hmm.
And
They call
then,
those capos in the
yeah,
crime
the
families.
consigliere or whatever.
Yeah.
But the 3 bishops, they share the same building, and then there's a couple other buildings in the stake, and all the bishops fall under the stake president, and then the stake president reports. I think that's where it starts to go back to Utah, and then you get all the way up to the prophet, the current prophet, and you got like the 13 assistant prophets or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
At
arguably,
some
though,
point, they're talking to the bones of Brigham Young
yeah,
or Joseph Smith.
a whole lot of it. In all honesty, though, I don't think it's much different than the Catholics having a pope. I think that's about the equivalent of the Mormon prophet is the pope.
Yeah. I think they're equally weird to me.
Yeah.
I
I wonder if they text each other. You think they got each other's number?
don't know, man, because these popes lately, they've been fucking wilding, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the shit that, like, this used to be the rules, and it's like,
Gabish.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, after they helped all those Nazis escape World War II, it's kind of fucking all bets were off at that point.
Woo.
That's a whole.
Speaking of
I'm not trying to get death threats or anything, but
we're gonna get
like,
canceled for sure.
yeah, I don't even think you're supposed to say that word.
Yeah.
But I mean, look it up. There's a bunch of. How do you think all those dudes got to South America?
Yeah.
Like, they got baptized, changed their name. Allegedly, they came to the Catholic Church seeking refuge. If they got caught, they hoped to get caught by the Americans. They definitely didn't want to get caught by the communists.
Yeah.
Because being a communist sucks bad enough. Imagine being a prisoner of the communists.
Straight through jail.
Yeah. They baptized them under like new names. Like baptized them. Now your name is yada yada, and then they were able to get passage out of the country and end up in like I don't know, I think Argentina or somewhere like that. No, I don't want to shit on Argentina. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
it was Argentina. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They got a big German population in Argentina.
Yeah, I just don't want to be wrong. I don't want to like pass it off on Argentina if it was somebody else. It's like
South America, they're all the same.
Like, yeah, but I mean, to me, it's like the equivalent of if I had said, somewhere in the fucking I don't know, Argentina, somewhere in the Midwest, that kind of deal,
Yeah. Oh man.
We might need to do an episode on that since we're opening that can of worms and digging into religion. Let's do it. Let's do a fucking 1-2 punch at the Catholic Church.
Okay.
Or just the church.
It works for most communists.
Trying to tell me something, bud?
Yeah. I was going to say it works for most comedians.
Yeah.
Arguably, comedians are communists. They want everyone to laugh collectively.
Yeah.
So
also, they're starving, so
yeah.
It fits.
Every comic that I know has the same origin story.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that, or isn't it fortunate that we have day jobs?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we were trying to
live off this?
Strictly off of this? It might help if we actually went and did a set.
Yeah. We talked about that, doing a co-op up on the stage at an open mic. Just both of us walking up there.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Just make it as awkward as possible for them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was good though. I miss Arizona sometimes.
Do you?
Miss Nashville?
Man, when you go back to Nashville now, it's changed so much. Which you've only ever seen
the changed,
like
I think.
The tourist Nashville. Because I remember being able to go to downtown Nashville and not having to like dodge homeless people vomit. Actually,
is that what happened to your boots?
Yeah. Yes. It could be just drunk people vomit, bachelorette party vomit.
Yeah.
But you definitely have to like, let's fucking go over to this side of the street because there's a homeless guy screaming at a trash can, or he's doing his laundry on the sidewalk, and it's that, and then the bachelorette parties are just obnoxious.
Yeah, Nashville is definitely Vegas for this side of the country, I'll say.
Yeah.
Because anybody turning 21 and any lady getting married for a bachelor party, Nashville is the place. From the tip top of Maine to probably Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
They're going to Nashville.
Which is wild because San Antonio's nice.
San Antonio is nice. That Riverwalk?
Yeah.
I got a love-hate relationship with San Antonio.
Understandable. It's where we were born.
But everybody, west of there is going to Vegas.
Going to Vegas
for the same thing.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas after my 18th birthday. My first road trip with just my friends, no parents.
You told me about that.
Yeah, waste of time, by the way. If you're turning 18 and you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to buy these plane tickets to Las Vegas, just save your money, invest in the stock market or something, because waste of fucking time. Not a single thing you can do unless you want to walk on the road and get a bunch of Michael Penas handing you little porn cards that don't even show anything. They're like censored, but
redacted.
I wonder how much it would cost to pay somebody to hand those cards out, because we had a shitload of stickers to hand out. So,
good call.
Yeah, I've already got the porn one. Oh, well, here's a donut shop boys one. Yeah.
Nice.
Anybody that wants to volunteer for that, I'll mail you these stickers.
Hell yeah. Dude, so we should get somebody to go to downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
And just pass out stickers while they're down there.
See if Chad wants some.
Yeah, Chad, do you want some stickers?
Come on, man. Yeah.
So, yeah, Nashville's definitely changed. I do miss it. There are, like, things about it that I miss.
Mm-hmm.
But I miss, like, when it really hits me, I miss old Nashville.
Yeah.
But I do miss, like, the local news, but then all the people that were on the news when I lived there, they're gone. They're not on there anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes I catch myself. I'll go on YouTube and like watch a News Channel 5 edition from like 1995 or some shit. So I can see old Chris Clark and Ron Howes and Hope Hines. I know those names are just like
don't know them.
Tom Baxter at this point.
Yeah, I remember at my grandparents' house, Fox 10 News and I think ABC 5 were the two kind of big ones in Arizona.
That's who watches the news is old people.
Yeah. Waking up in the middle of the night, just hearing the news blaring from the other room. Nana's out, passed out on the bed.
But they have the lottery in Arizona?
Yes.
That's why old people watch the news.
And
they get them lotto numbers.
Yeah, she did. And you can buy liquor in Walmart. So that was a culture shock moving here.
Yeah.
So
that the state owns all the liquor stores.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, it was, I don't know if it still is, it was that way in Pennsylvania too when I lived up there. Like you had to go to a state-owned store to buy your liquor, which is fucking brilliant if you're the state.
Yeah.
Like
they should own the lottery too. And if it gets us one, I'm just trying to gamble my life savings away.
You know what's crazy about all the, back to church culture, the religious people here in Alabama who vehemently oppose the lottery for religious reasons, and it doesn't make any sense because the people here in the state of Alabama who are going to like violate their religion and buy lottery tickets, they're already driving into Georgia, into Florida, into Tennessee, and buying lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if Mississippi has the lottery. I assume not, because they're kind of, Mississippi and Alabama are kind of like two peas in a pod when it comes to stuff like that. But if you look at a map, and you know, because you know,
we've sent people to Georgia to go get lottery tickets when that shit was like $3 trillion or whatever it was.
And we're in the middle of the state. Now you know how far it is to the west side because your wife's people are from over there. If you look at a map, Alabama's not that wide east to west. Like someone that, if they really want to play the lottery, they're going to drive from the west side of Alabama just across the state line into Georgia. Or if they live far enough north or south, they're going to go into Tennessee or into Florida.
Yeah.
And buy those lottery tickets. And you also have, you can't convince me otherwise, you have money, you have lobby from the states surrounding that have the lottery that like line the pockets of these local,
telling them don't do it.
Hey, we'll keep passing you off donations. Keep voting against the lotto because it's helping my state. It's helping my constituents. Just the same way as you can't convince me that Big Pharma doesn't pay politicians to keep marijuana illegal.
Yeah.
And who's to say that the cartel doesn't pay to keep the reason that marijuana costs what it does is because it's illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, once you legalize it, it's the risk cost,
goes way down.
So then you're just literally just paying for the product at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people like the kingpins in that game, they've already accepted the risk because they want the reward and they can control the price. And so you can't tell me that they're not also lining the pockets. That's a whole other can of worms.
This episode is brought to you by Small Pharma.
Small government.
Oh, man. Well, check out the merch store.
Yeah. Go to thedonutshopboys.com. Check out the merch store. We got the new shirts for moms has been unveiled. Get on there and look at it if you want to. You can, if you're a mom out there and you want to show us what a real mom looks like, if that's a picture of you on the beach or if that's a picture of you with baby vomit on your shirt, whatever in the realm of momdom out there you feel like a real mom looks like, we want to honor the moms. Send them to us. Whichever is the one that we find the most interesting. We've been doing this. We didn't get any, but
full disclosure.
I think the vast majority of our audience is male though, so it makes sense.
We don't discriminate though.
No, we don't. If you're a dude mom, But send us your mom pics and just hashtag shirts for moms, and it's the best one. We'll send you one of the shirts for moms, and hell, just do it because of the fact that no one else did it. If you were the only one, you get a free shirts for moms.
Yeah.
Use it to
$25 value, I think.
Yeah. That's from us to you.
What code do you want for the store for 10% off?
10% off from the store. This is
It's on the cuff.
live.
Yeah.
Right
It'll last
off
for
the
about a
cuff.
week or so.
Okay.
So this episode will come out Monday, and then it'll last until the following Monday.
To the following Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got to be good.
It was good. Then
Yeah. It's got to have an uppercase, a number, and a lowercase. Just do shirts for moms. Discount code shirts for moms.
Yeah.
Or small farm.
Small.
PH.
How about Cap 10?
Down for it.
CAP, the number 1, the number 0, Cap 10.
Cap 10. Yeah. It'll be right here. Captain. Look at that.
El Capitan. All right. So I think we dug into Nashville culture, dug into church culture.
I don't think that this I don't think this episode went the way we thought it was going to go, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's different. I mean,
I care more about having interesting conversations, and
yeah,
if we laugh, we laugh. If we don't, we don't. It'd be better if we had someone taking up that blue mic.
Yeah, they get the special blue mic if you're a guest. We're finally set up for it. I think everything's working now.
Yeah, and you got to use that one. I don't care if you support the police or not.
Yeah. I know our next guest doesn't. Oh man! Well,
right, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, leave comments, go to all of our socials. You can get to those through thedonutshopboys.com. And just thanks for being a supporter from your boy, the Vanilla Gorilla, my main man,
Honorary Branch Davidian,
White Cube. We out. Thanks.